I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason. Yes, the rebubbles. Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, hot button radio, dash radio. We back in the building. Another crazy week begins today. We're here to try to get you through your week. Listen, you guys know our MO. Nothing but edgy topics. We have to do this. I mean, if we don't have these conversations, how will you get through your lives? Ladies and gentlemen, back in the building after last week off, Red Panda.
Hey.
Back in the building.
You know, Zoe, I missed you. Thought about you the whole time I was gone. I did.
Like that, no good. Egotistical
No, never.
bastard.
You would never give me any reason to say any of those things about you.
And she's lying.
Happy to be back.
Goodness gracious. Yo, we back in the building. I'm waiting for Veronica to call in. You know, because we have a very interesting topic today. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the television show BrideZilla. Yes?
Yep, that's it.
Are we sure? Who? Have you ever seen that show, BrideZilla?
I have. It's insane. I'm almost like, is it scripted? Because it's that bad. The brides are that terrible on that show.
Really?
It's pretty bad.
See, I've never really watched it. I just maybe seen like a clip or something in terms of a promo, but I've never sat down and watched a whole episode. What is it like? What is it about?
I'll give you an example. I saw an episode where the husband is announcing his vows to the wife and she's texting.
Wow.
It's that bad. It's pretty much just brides that freak out.
The intern, his eyes are closed.
It's bad.
He was like,
It's
he was
hard
stunned.
to watch.
Set phasers for stun. He's saying his vows and she's texting.
She was texting while he was saying his vows. Wow. I think the saddest part is that he didn't really look like he was bothered.
Wow. Listen, we got Veronica Conway on the phone right now. VC.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, VC.
Hey. How y'all doing?
Oh, shit, VC, you sound happy to hear, Red Panda.
She's on our birthday turn up.
Is that what it is?
She just,
I told her I had a great birthday weekend. I told you about my birthday tournament. It was fantastic.
I know that's right.
Twitter stood up for you. I saw that.
I know.
They did. I love everyone for sending all the beautiful birthday wishes. It made my little heart sing and my little tail wag. Thank you, everyone.
Oh,
my
I
little
just got a
tail was
visual.
wagging.
Your tail was wagging. I got a visual, too.
Oh, God. Whoa, and panting.
Yeah,
And she's, what?
Oh, my goodness. Turn up on a Monday.
Oh, my God. So listen, you guys got to tell me, today's topic, man, is a play on words, of course, as all of my topics usually are. I'm married to PrideZilla. A deeper look at the positive and negative effects that pride has on intimate relationships. Isn't it difficult to date a prideful motherfucker? Yeah. Look, everybody nodding, yes.
Yeah, it is.
But my question is, couldn't there be some positive movement in a prideful cat, female or male? Of course, I have questions. Are you so prideful that you or your mate overestimate yours their accuracy and depth of knowledge about most situations, i.e., are you dating a rightaholic where they just overestimate what they think they know? No, see, no, you don't mean that. What you mean, I hate it when a motherfucker tell me what I mean.
You ain't never lied.
You telling me what I mean? Shit, you know what I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, true or false? Securely confident people exhibit joy and happiness most of the time. Securely confident. We're not talking about the overconfident, self-righteous types. But why do we attract those kinds of people, pridezillas, into our life in the first place? What lesson do they have to teach us? The number to dial is 844-55-1. You got to get to the phone line. If you dated a prideful, obstinate, stubborn motherfucker, worse yet, if you're married to them, because you can't just get out of them. You can leave a nigga. All right, then this is enough. You and shit. All right, bye. You can do that, but you can't do that in a marriage so easily. True or false? The overconfident personality tends to ignore or not seeking disconfirming information. That shit ain't in alignment with what I think about me. I'm not paying attention to none of that shit you saying, even if it's true. That is not in alignment with how I view the situation. God damn. Ashonti, have you ever dated a prideosaurus?
I can be a prideosaurus at some time. Ooh. I think the important thing first would be to define really what pride is, because for me, pride and self-esteem is somewhat along the same lines. I guess pride is tongue twister.
La la la.
La la la. Pride is self-esteem in excess. With no real regard to what you've actually accomplished, if that makes sense.
I love it.
Whereas self-esteem is like a ratio thing. It's like a percentage. I feel this way because I have obtained this.
Interesting. Veronica, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that when we esteem ourselves, I mean, it is really truly that. We are loving and esteeming ourselves. And if, what I find, and I find this all the time in my work, so few people that are walking around on planet Earth have actually ever fallen in love with themselves. I mean, deeply, shamelessly, madly, abundantly, abandoned, in love with themselves, like in love with their being. And that's, to me, what self-esteem is really about, is we esteem ourselves because we deeply love ourselves, and it's so rare on the planet I can't even, because we're trained away from our nature. Pride, to me, has more to do with it's egoic. It has something to prove. It has something to justify. It has a way that it wants to be viewed and seen as being right, and none of that is in the realm of love. Being right. And being, like I always say, when I used to date, when I've dated men, I'd be like, you want to be right, you want to be in love. Sometimes they can't, sometimes they don't coexist.
Well, talk to me. This is good.
I'm going to start asking niggas that. Do you want to be right or do you want to be in love? That's some real shit.
Okay, interview him, Ashonti. How's the interview going to go? Say it. Yeah.
Do you want to be right or do you want to be in love? Shit.
Which date? Is this the first or second, third date?
I think third date is appropriate.
So in the third date, you're going to
after the jelly box. So that's about the third, fourth date. You can start asking niggas questions like that.
You want to be in love or you want to be right?
I like that.
You going to let my hand fall off? Right? What kind of bullshit is this? I'm just saying, I think most people are dating what Veronica just explained. And my thing is, that means most people are in a tolerance phase in their relationships. Both personal and intimate, like business and personal. I think they're in a tolerance space. It's unfortunate. This is why we have on masks. I think pride is one of those masks, right? The prideful mask. Like, you didn't hurt me. I can handle this shit without you. You know all the shit you tell yourself so you can get past the difficult moment. That doesn't mean the problem still doesn't exist or persists. I mean, it's some real shit right now.
So
844-55-1. What's up?
So with the definition that you just gave, where does confidence lie in that? You know, what's the difference between prideful and confidence? Or is confidence just the positive side of pride?
Well, you know, I always talk shit about my son. You know, he's a freshman at Auburn. Mm-hmm. And I be on his head like a motherfucker. It's just my job. Just to be like, I remember when he was a baby, he was like 3 years old. And my homeboy had a son that was a little older. My son was 3, his son was like 6. And he told me the wisest shit I had ever heard. He was like, listen, man, let me tell you what fatherhood is. Because at the time, I'm a new dad, right? You know? Mm-hmm. He said, man, my son's job, his only job, is to keep me off his motherfucking ass. That's it. If he worried about me fucking him up, he gonna be on his P's and Q's. I said, well, goddamn, Tony. Shit, you only a year older than me. But he was like, his job is to keep me off his ass. So I'm always on my son's head. And one of the things that I told him was very simple. I said, confidence is great, but it's also hollow when it's not backed up by competence. Now, nigga, you can be as confident as a motherfucker, but that's all hot air. But when you match your skyrocketing confidence with skyrocketing competence, now there's see, here's the thing. Floyd Mayweather is confident in a motherfucker.
That he is.
But his competence level is so fucking high, it justifies him being a total asshole about boxing. Like, I'm going to whoop this nigga's ass. This nigga right here, y'all putting him in the ring, I'm going to beat this nigga's ass. He can say that because he is a master. He is competent in the skill, in the sweet science of boxing. Well, none of us can ever claim to be masters of the sweet science of living. So your confidence should always have a governor on it. And you should always be striving to bring that competence level up to match it. You see? So for me, confidence is good as long as it's backed with something, right? Mm-hmm. Something substantive. Jerry West even said it. He said, listen, man, you could be the greatest athlete in the world, but the two things that will make you great is skill, high-level skills, and then he said with will. Skill and will back in each other. A lot of people's will is attached to their confidence. They don't have the willpower because they don't believe that they can break through thresholds, right? They'll see a point in time and say, I want to make it here, right? I want to get to this level. But your will, especially if you're really grinding and developing your skill, you can push yourself past that point in time, right? So a lot of people will pat themselves on the back before they even get to that level. And be like, nigga, I'm the shit, nigga. Shit, nigga. I hate those kind of motherfuckers who know some shit they ain't learned yet and then try to teach you. Speak to it, Veronica.
Well, you know, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword because on the one hand, I'll say this, and I've spoken to this before on the show, because when we have that moment of separation when we first get to the planet, where we are ripped away from our connection to God. We're literally ripped away from it. And then what happens is it's so terrifying that we end up in a state of compromise because we're so afraid about our survival. We're so afraid about our dependence on our parents. We're so afraid. It's terrifying. And so we go into deeper and deeper states of compromise because we lose that direct connection and that innocence. So on the one hand, when I went back and relived that experience and really reconnected with myself before I compromised, I fell in such a deep state of innocent love with myself, with my essence, with my being, right? That in a certain way, I would love it if we were all madly in love with ourselves, because what happens is we develop confidence naturally, not out of a trying to prove something, but out of a genuine love for ourselves and out of a genuine love for humanity, right? It's just far more powerful. I wish we could be that deeply in love with ourselves. I wish Black people could be that deeply in love with themselves, because game would be over if we were.
So let me go back.
Yeah.
Let me just go back. And you got to understand, there's a million degrees, right? When we're talking about confidence, is like temperature. You got high confidence, then you have low confidence, then you have a million degrees in between, right?
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned something very interesting in terms of confidence versus arrogance. Mm-hmm. I would say someone like Floyd Mayweather can be as arrogant as he wants to be in the context of boxing. But what happens is, in America, when you make a lot of money, that arrogance flows into other areas of life because you're considered an authority on life. Like, it don't matter what you do. If you're a master at brick making, if you become sought after, this nigga built Disneyland, all of the brick walls at Disneyland. This nigga's a special bricklayer. This nigga is awesome at brick. This motherfucker come in acting like royalty. Like, nigga, do you know who I am? Look at these hands. They created Magic Mountain, bitch. Right? And it's like, wait a minute. Okay. Nigga, you lay bricks. Okay. So, do you understand what I'm saying? The way America is, when you're successful, you get to be arrogant outside of your mastery. I can see if he was talking shit to other bricklayers. You motherfuckers ain't shit. Look at this mortar. Shit is watery. I can understand. But then these motherfuckers will be speaking on shit that they're not even adept at, just because you're considered quote unquote successful. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense, Veronica?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Because money becomes a great thing. It's like if you've made money, then you've made it, and that means you're intelligent. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means that you've been disciplined and or focused in the area of making money. It doesn't necessarily speak to other types of competence.
Right.
I totally hear what you're saying. So
what happens when you date or marry somebody? Go ahead, Ashonti. I'll wait.
Oh, wow. Thanks, so. Now wait.
I'm turned up.
Because this is actually something that I'm going through in my life. I was always taught, my dad always taught me, I guess, to somewhat fake it until you make it. Never tell someone that you can't do something. Figure out how to do it at every cost and then ask questions about it. So I guess my statement that I'm hoping you can help form into a question is, where does humility lie in being able to consider yourself competent at something? Because I kind of consider myself a chameleon to a certain sort. And I'm educated, so I feel like I could jump in anything. And even if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, you're going to think I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But then when it comes to humility from someone that actually knows what the fuck they're talking about, how do you deal with that?
Well, let me do this, and then I'm going to throw it to Veronica too. True confidence and humility go hand in hand. That shit is like peanut butter and jelly. Right? This is why you'll see a motherfucker like Michael Jackson, who was competent than a motherfucker. In music, competent. Yeah, that motherfucker know what song structure is. That motherfucker knew what harmony was. He knew what music. No, this is In Love. Play the record I made, okay? Like this. No, that's not it. Play the music, the song I made, okay? But it's In Love. I don't mean to disrespect. Play the shit I made, right? So Michael was competent in music, and he was also confident in business, but at the same time, he was humble. You ask Michael Jackson, nigga, who made these records? Who wrote these records? Where you get your ideas from? God. I don't make them. God wrote these records, right? I'm not taking no credit for this gift.
That's right.
I didn't create this gift. This shit came. I'm being used as a vehicle for this gift. Right? That's Michael Jackson. Now, the thing about... Did we lose him? Oh, sorry. Okay, so the thing about... did we lose VC? Oh, she'll come back. All right, well, we'll get her back. Yeah, so the thing about it, though, is the other part that's connected, low self-esteem is connected to overconfidence. See, low self-esteem and overconfidence go together like peanut butter and jelly, too. Why? Because the overconfident person is overcompetent as a overcompensation for something that's missing.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like the 40-year-old, the 50-year-old man who goes, shit, my dick don't work. Let me get a Lamborghini. So he's compensating for, you see?
But what about this? What about Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan is a basketball star, and then he was like, fuck it, I want to play baseball. And he was dope with baseball, too.
Yeah, he could play. He really could play baseball. It was a love of his, but he wasn't it wasn't like basketball. But I don't think that was arrogance. I think, or overconfidence. I think that was something he always wanted to do, number one. And then number two, when you reach the mountaintop in basketball, you have nothing else to challenge you. So with him, he was looking for challenges, right? Because, okay, I'm the best motherfucking basketball player in the world. I won 3 titles in a row. Shit, is there anything else? I done this, right? So he had to get away from the game to rediscover the love for the game. And then once he rediscovered the love for the game by doing something else, he came back and then won 3 in a row again.
Right.
So for him, it was more about, okay, what's going to challenge me to stay here and stay at this level? Because it's exceedingly difficult. Magic Johnson said the hardest thing to do is win 2 titles in a row and then win a third. That's he said the motivation level for playing during the regular season goes down because you're used to all of the frenzy and the stakes of the playoffs. So it's like you don't even take the regular season serious. But where I'm trying to tie it in to intimate relationships, can you date? Because remember, sociologists will tell you in relationships, you're not dating that far above you or that far beneath you if you were to grade everybody on a curve or on a scale or on a grid. Typically, you attract people that may be 2 or 3 points, right, ahead of you or 2 or 3 points below you. So those are relatively small. So it's not like even if you're ahead of them, you're not that far ahead of them. And even if they're ahead of you, they're not that far ahead of you. So you guys are relatively in the same space. But dating a motherfucker who makes those 3 points look like 600 miles of distance. I'm here to help you. I'm here to make your life better. God sent me to elevate you. Those kind of motherfuckers. Right? And judge everything you do. And they're not that far ahead of you. They haven't really done anything meaningful if you haven't done anything meaningful. It's like, do you not recognize that we are stepping stones for each other to get to the next level? You too. You understand what I'm saying? I want to know from people who are in relationships with those kind of folk. Call me right now, 844-55- what is the number?
844-55-1.
I was listening to the beat. I'm sorry. 844-55-1. Call us right now and tell us how you deal with your PrideZilla.
Can I speak a little bit to this?
Sure.
I'm back. Sorry, I got dropped. I'm sorry. No, so I really want to talk about this in the context of the work that Nichama does, because I will say this, as a person who has dealt with, some pretty high caliber alpha males who yet were not, they had as many women as they wanted to, they lied about it, they told the truth about it, whatever they'd done, they weren't used to a woman coming straight up and saying, look, I'm happy to engage with you and love with you. And there's this factor, there's the Chama factor, right, in my life. And you're welcome to meet him. You're welcome. You can learn from him. Like, it's all good. Like, there's no conflict between love and love. If you're saying it's love, there's no conflict between love and love. But I will say this. I will say that the biggest challenge that men have when it comes to, this is what I call pride, when it comes to understanding what's really possible, especially in terms of sex and relating, which I think is the root of everything. Most men have so much pride that it prevents them from learning a goddamn thing, and then they wonder why they interact with women that are so depleted and exhausted and tripped out and whatever. But most men are in the position, here, listen to me, brothers, because it's y'all need to hear this.
It's about to
Are
go
in the
bad.
position, well, if I haven't seen it, then it doesn't exist. If I
Yeah.
haven't experienced it, especially sexually, then it doesn't exist. And so because men are in that posture, they rob the woman of the planet of what is possible for them and for the man if they would just have less pride. So
You
to
know
me,
what?
pride
That's big.
That's
stops you from learning.
That's huge, because this kind of goes back to that other topic we did a couple weeks ago about how difficult it is for men to listen to women.
Yeah.
First off, masculinity and pride, you know, a lot of times they come hand in hand with a lot of guys. Like, you stepping on my pride now, woman. You know, shit now. Listen to me. But sometimes women take in information, process information, and then deliver different solutions from a different angle than men do. Sometimes men can be very linear, very straightforward,
Left-brained.
right? It's very good to get a feminine perspective. Like when I was editing the book, the sister up in Oakland, one of the Virgos, she was arguing with me every day. God damn it, Zoe. This is very masculine. This is coming from a very masculine space. Okay, what do you mean? Shit. You know, and she would give me points on every point that I had. And she would say, but listen, if you're talking to human beings, if you're talking to everyone, you just can't come from this space. So then that's how you flesh out the thought and make the thought even more broader to where it is all encompassing, right? Especially if you're writing a book about relationships, it just can't be just from the POV of masculinity. So a lot of times men mistake pride for masculinity.
Right. Right.
Did you hear that?
Which means that, right.
So that's crazy,
Which
right
means
there.
I don't have to learn anything. And so, to me, pride by definition says I don't have, and this is for men and women, I don't have, there's nothing else for me to learn. And that to me is the last motherfucker on earth I ever want to deal with, right? Because I think that this journey that we're having here on this earth is about learning and understanding and having more clarity and having more connection and all of that. And so to have that, you have to erode the egoic walls. You have to deconstruct the egoic. It ain't about you, right? It's about here. It's about us, right? And so that calcification, either in males or females, I think is I run from that shit like the plague, because there's nowhere to grow.
But
in interaction like that.
But I'm also thinking that the prideful motherfuckers, both male and female, typically are the sexiest. Can we just be honest? This is the bad guy. This is the bad girl. This is niggas love women. Men love bitches. Women love bad guys. I mean, this is what it is. A lot of times women love that fucking obstinance. Ain't doing shit, goddammit. Now get over here and sit on this lap.
Is that prideful or cocky?
And women love that. Women love overconfidence. I think women, listen, if we just drill down a little further, we've already associated the overconfidence as compensation for something that's lacking. So really, overcompensation is a projection of an illusion. Do not women in general love the lie? Love the fantasy? Love the illusion? Yeah.
Not me. I may have been attracted to it once upon a time, but it just feels childish to me. At this point, it feels like if someone is engaged in that posture, then here's what I know. Here's what I know that I know that I know. That if they're engaged in that posture, see, a lot of times when people grow up and they develop, they have traumatic events that happen at a certain stage. So they might have a traumatic event a wound that happens at, say, age 8 or age 11, and they get frozen into that state into that posture, into that psychology. And sometimes you have to go in and blow that stuff up, but so they make decisions on a certain topic from their 8-year-old person. So sometimes you have to say, who's talking to me right now? Is it the 8-year-old?
Veronica.
Or is it the adult?
Veronica.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Stop it.
That's what I've experienced.
Okay.
though.
But I'm just saying,
I've
I'm not saying
experienced
it's
that.
not, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying, stop it. The average person, listen, you see how eloquent and succinct, and that shit just felt right. It resonated in the soul. It's true. Yes. But most motherfuckers ain't thinking like that. Soon as they
That's
get,
what's happening, whether they're thinking like that or not, that's what we are at the effect of out here in these
Yes.
streets. And so it doesn't matter whether you are aware of it. What matters is it operating, and what does it cost the relationship? That's what matters.
you know how many, everybody has a relationship graveyard. Everyone. Everybody's got a relationship graveyard. But every time a relationship dies, it leaves a dossier of information that you need to read that is specifically for you. You know how many motherfuckers have buried the dossier with the relationship? Get that shit out of here. I ain't reading that shit. And thus, they repeat and relive the same kind of relationship they just buried. I'm just saying. Listen, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we want to hear from the callers who are in love with PrideZilla. I know you're in love with PrideZilla. I know. How are you managing PrideZilla in your life? If PrideZilla is a man, what is this nigga doing? How is this nigga acting in the house? If PrideZilla is a woman, oh God, what kind of eggshells are you walking on around her? Jesus, 844-55-1. Get to your phone lines right now. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in 2.2. Voice of Reason, Hot Button Radio Dash. Hey, this is Zoe Williams, and you're listening to the Voice of Reason on Hot Button Radio. DJ Toadstool.
Wow.
Old ass mixes and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Hey,
definitely played
hey,
the jukebox
hey.
music.
Mikey.
Where's the
Don't turn
moonshine?
that nigga's mic on. Don't turn that nigga's mic on. What we doing? Mike. Yeah, he did. He broke this. He broke the shit in here. Let's just tell the white man that there's niggers in here breaking up their things, and he will be banished from the studio henceforth. Listen. We're back. This is Hot Button Radio. I'm Zoe Williams. This is the Voice of Reason. Today's topic is a good one, man. We're asking if you're married to PrideZilla. I mean, PrideZilla. Just a prideful motherfucker. They're just so prideful. We already know men are prideful in terms of medical. Like, we so prideful. Ain't nothing wrong with us. We're not going to go to the doctor. You know, you got to see a nigga bleeding from his foot or something. Go, what's wrong with you? Well, you know, I was playing basketball 6 years ago. Yeah, I bought some special socks to keep the blood from showing.
That's just black people in general.
Men just prideful, don't want any help. Do you know that kind of person that you just can't help, who needs help and won't let you help them?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, are you married to that person? PrideZilla is today's topic, a deeper look on the positive and or negative impact that pride could have on intimate relationships. I'm here with Ashonti, a.k.a. Red Panda.
Hey.
And Veronica Conway, a.k.a. Virginica. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
She is a master of her vagina, so we call her Vaginica. Teaches women how to use the power of their yoni.
And have orgasms in your throat.
But to use the power for good. We must all use our power for good.
Ashanti said, and teaches us how to have orgasms in our throat. What? Throatgasms.
Throatgasms.
Throatgasms. Exactly. Heartgasms.
Listen, the phone lines are open. It's crazy right now. We want to know if you're married to a PrideZilla. I'm going to line 3 right now. Maureen is on the line. Virginia in the building. Maureen, what's happening?
Hello, Kingser.
'Tis I, Lourdes.
Hello, beautiful queens. How y'all doing?
Hello, beautiful woman, beautiful queen.
My court welcomes you.
Well, King Bell, I just wanted to, I've been waiting all weekend just to call you. I've been in chapter 3 and chapter 4 in the book. I'm going at a slow pace.
The cocoon, right? The cocoon chapter, yeah?
The cocoon, the cocoon, and the self-examination.
Yikes.
I just want to say that I've been crying all weekend because my relationship is finally over. No, it's okay. I just wanted to thank you and Miss Conway. I love you too, Ashonti. I just want to thank you and Miss Conway, though, for, you don't know that, who knew the pain that y'all went through, the process that y'all had to go through with free people. And I'm in pain right now. I'm going through the separation process, but I have the tools now, and I love y'all so much. I just want to say that I love y'all so much because y'all really have changed. I really changed my life, you know?
Wow.
I just love y'all. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
Thank you for loving Black people. Thank you for taking the time to go through the pain, you know, all the situations y'all been through for free people who really want to be free.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Maureen. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
We love you too.
Yeah.
We love you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, sweetheart.
Have a good week.
Thank
bye-bye.
you. Listen, Maureen just set it off,
Give me
man.
the chills.
Wow. Man.
Love that.
But see, this is what I was saying before. Like, the purpose of me writing the relationship dismount was for that purpose. There's no organization in the Black community because our relationship quality is really poor. So everybody wants us to join some type of multi-level marketing program or some type of get-rich-quick scheme or something. We need relationship boot camps because we got the money. It's not like we don't know how to make money. Black people, like I said, we're going to spend $1.7 trillion this year. $1.7 trillion. We're going to spend it. That's more than, we're like, what, the fourth or fifth rich country in the world? If you look at it just on economy.
Yep.
I mean, come on. So we got money. It's about organization, and we can't organize and get together if our relationship quality is low, if our relationship FICO score is low. So I decided to write a book not because I'm some super, knowledgeable motherfucker. I know a few things. I know how to put a book together. I know how to do the research. I know how to back the book up with not just my opinion. But what's more important is that we have a manual for how to interface respectfully. And I failed enough. I've been in enough bullshit. I'm flawed enough, but yet objective enough to say, okay, Zoe, this is where you fucked up. This is where you ain't shit. This is where you could have done better. In this moment, you could have made this decision instead of that poor decision. So I said, let's put that in a book. So I appreciate you, Maureen, for calling us, and you just
amazing.
Stay close to me and let me know how the book is progressing. Man.
Amazing.
Wow. Let's go to line 4. Monkey Bone from New York. Monkey Bone. That can't be your name, brother. You got to tell me your name when you call in, because that's what they wrote down on this piece of paper. Monkey Bone.
That is awesome.
So what's your name, brother? Hello.
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 Call back.
Somebody said I just hung up. I don't want to top that call, cuz. Oh, that was probably him.
That was Monkey Bone.
It was probably Monkey Bone.
Come on, don't be scared.
Monkey Bone said, "Oh hell, I'm crying now. I can't get on the line and be crying and so talk to me." Let's go to line 5. Let's go to Naptown. You know the homie Ronan in the building.
What's up, Ronan?
Hey, what's going on, family?
What's up, man?
Chilling. Nice to have VC on there, and welcome back, Red Panda.
Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely have a perspective of this PrideZilla, because really I hate that bitch with a passion. But the way I put it is like humility is tempered confidence, whereas hubris is a Lamborghini with shitty brakes and a sleeping transit.
A Lamborghini with shitty brakes.
Hubris. I love it. Say more. A lot of people don't even know what the word hubris means. Go deeper, brother.
Hubris is like when you have pride gone on steroids. And it's where you don't see anything, but you fall in love with nothing but yourself. But that's an admission of stupidity, because you choose to be limited. You choose to see nothing but, just you. And with humility, you have the capacity to not just know where you are, but, accept the fact that you have much more to learn. And that's where wisdom comes from. But people who are stuck with hubris, they're functionally retarded, and it shows.
Slips hanging.
Hey, brother, I always love it when you call, man. What did you said? Confidence. You said humility is tempered confidence.
Yeah, I learned from personal experience. I was real prideful at many times, and I learned if I open myself up to learn something and admit to myself I don't know everything, then not only knowledge comes to me, but experience and wisdom follows suit, and you become a better person.
Right.
So,
hey, man, that's good shit, man.
I'm definitely going. I'm going to get a third book, because I know
a third book.
Another person. somebody needs it bad.
Damn, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Let's continue the movement, man. Let's get this book out there. Like I said, I'm not Steve Harvey. Okay? No disrespect to the brother Steve. I'm not Steve. I don't have a giant platform. I'm self-published. I'm putting this out there. So let's get the word out about the book. Let's continue to support it, and hopefully it can help people the way it's helping Sister Maureen, and obviously Ronan. He done bought 3 copies. Good looking, homeboy.
Well, that's my contribution to the Perfectly Flawed Baptist Church here. So
the Perfectly Flawed Baptist Church, headed up by Bishop Zoski Woski. Hallelujah.
Hilarious.
Hot mess.
Hey, man, I appreciate the call, brother. We'll holler at you in a bit, okay?
Thanks, Ronan.
Take care, man. Take care.
Let's go to line 6, Alabama. War Eagle.
Roll Tide, man.
Oh, shit. What up, Larry?
Everybody, everything all right. But I'm starting to see, I kind of caught the show a little late, not on purpose, but what I'm seeing is, a lot of ladies and men, they have, you can basically only have one crown. They have a relationship crown, a business crown, a friendship crown, and, in the pride crown. See, pride is a form of independence. You think about the word independence in itself. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It says, not influenced or controlled by others in matters of opinion, conduct, etc. So you think about it, when you're really fucking around with schizophrenics, because they haven't chose what crown. Because see, the crown should be, I'm going to be the best person I can be, and then that's going to attract the other person. Because you want somebody that's trying to do their best at whatever level they on, and you won't have to worry about the other stuff. So really, male and female, when they have all those crowns trying to occupy one seat, it's schizophrenic. So that's what I think. So,
man, I love the call,
that's
man.
why you got to walk over eggshells and stuff. So, yeah.
Damn sure don't want to walk over no goddamn eggshells now. Shit, this my house, goddammit.
That's right.
Hey, good looking, brother. War Eagle. Can I get a War Eagle? Jesus Christ. He said roll tide.
Roll tide.
He said roll tide.
Right.
Shit. Good looking, brother. We appreciate the call. You know what? This is good shit.
It is.
Somebody said we need a praise break for Maureen. Let's get a praise break. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna lift up Maureen right now. We're gonna lift her up in the name of Zosis. And in the name of Zosis, we... Jesus. Is that speaking in tongues, literally? It's Slurpee. We want to say to Maureen, just keep reading that book. Read other books. Keep looking inside. The truth and the light will show itself at some point. You raise yourself up, sister girl.
You are just ridiculous.
You understand? Ain't no trouble you can't get through. Lord have mercy, Zosis. Pass the basket, niggas. Oh, yes, Maureen, we love you. Listen, get to your phone line right now. We want to hear from you. How are you dealing with your prideful mate? 844-55-1. Are they too prideful to be handled? You know how Big Mama used to handle. Big Mama had a way of handling prideful motherfuckers. Now, it depends on what kind of Big Mama you had. Did you have the sweet Big Mama, or did you have the Big Mama with the 32 with the gun? They was shooting niggas. You know, Big Mama, they was on my porch, and I could shoot and kill. If I, you know that Big Mama. Like, which Big Mama did you have? Because they had a different way of handling the prideful dude. Big Mama with the gun shoots him, and sweet Big Mama knew how. Oh, there's something wrong with him, baby. Don't listen to him. Like, which Big Mama did you have with regards to dealing with prideful people, which probably taught you how to deal with prideful people or difficult people? I want to know, because in relationships, like I told you before, real confidence is an inner light, right? And confidence or exaggerated confidence is the pursuit of light, right? The pursuit of it outside, externally. Like, if I get this, then I'll be respected. If I accumulate this, then I'll be the man to everyone else. That's what I'm saying. Overconfidence is external. Inner confidence, the real confidence, is internal. Ashonti?
I'm like a little sponge in here today. Is it safe to say that pride is somewhat connected to not wanting to be vulnerable?
Ooh, shit. That was big. Veronica, please.
You know, I would say that the men that I know that are the most powerful, the most holistically powerful, are both accomplished. They're a category of one on the earth in what they do, and so so their competence is really like its own lane. They've created a whole new bar and a whole new standard. But yet, I have found that they're also very receptive and very present and very open and can learn and can take feedback, and that's part of the reason that they're so powerful. So I think that a certain receptivity and being available to learning from that which is around you is a huge, huge piece of this. And I think that when you don't do that, when you're not engaged in that way, then you functionally stunt your own growth.
Wow. Are you telling me prideful people or overly prideful people are in some way closed off, which speaks to the resistance to vulnerability that Ashonti mentioned?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That you can't learn a goddamn thing, so
can't nobody tell you shit.
You stunt, and you stop growing. I think pride, real pride, it's like a kiss of death. I really do. It's because you stop. When you stop growing, you by definition you start dying. So the most powerful people that I know are they're the most humble. They're the most receptive. They take in the most information. They're the most fluid. They're the most adaptable. The Chama is one of the most sexually powerful men on this that walks the earth, but you would never know it being in his presence. He ain't got no brag, no nothing. It's all humility and reverence. There's none of that bullshit in there.
Let me ask.
I don't know. We get it really backwards, I think, out here.
Let me ask you this: what, if any, is there a difference between the manifestation of pride through the different genders? Is there a difference in male pride versus pridefulness versus female pridefulness? I'm interested to know. What does female pridefulness look like?
I think that when I've been prideful, it's been not wanting, and when I've looked at other female pride, there's also a bit of not wanting. It's like having to have your look good. It's like being willing to lie even to yourself about what's wrong.
Uh-oh.
Right?
I need you to dig. I need you to get your shovels out, niggas. 844-55-1. Pull the shovel out. Did you say what I thought you said?
Yeah.
Not wanting to see what?
What's wrong, even not even wanting to see what's wrong, even to yourself. Even with yourself, it's not wanting to square off with that and face that even in yourself, even though the shit ain't working.
So you telling me right now?
No,
you telling me right now? Pride will make you lie to yourself.
Yes.
Fuck.
Because you'd rather be right than be in the truth. Whenever we'd rather be right than be in the truth, then we know that pride is at work.
Who is married to this person? Call us right now.
844-55.
Call us right now. Call us right now. We have prayer cloths. We've got olive oil. We've got some healing remedies. We've got some Bible verses. Nigga, we got help here. Call us. Who jumped the broom with this motherfucker here? We want to hear from you. But before we hear from you, we need you to pass the basket. This is the 37th offering of today's service. I'm just saying, who would marry this person? A lot of times, how many times have you married or you've heard about somebody marrying somebody and then saying, once I married her, she or he, they became somebody totally different, right? I don't even know them anymore. After the wedding, shit was all downhill, and then they just became this way or they became that way. How do you hide your pride until you get what you want and then become prideful after you get it? Some ugly shit going on. Listen, we're going to deal with all of that when we come back. We got to take another quick break. But what I want y'all to do is get to your phone lines right now. I need to hear the voice of reason, 5150, What Nation on the phone lines right now, 844-55-1. We'll be back in 2.2. Hey, this is Zoe Williams, and you're listening to the voice of reason on Hot Button Radio. Don't look at me like you done fucked up my year. I looked over there, just looking like this nigga here. Jesus. Welcome back to the Voice of Reason. I'm Zoe Williams. I'm sitting here with, of course, Red Panda, Ashonti Ford.
Happy to be here, guys.
I used to piss Ashonti off early in the show's history. I'd be like, Ashley Ford.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about that shit. That used to piss
and to do it on purpose.
Off.
Here's Ashley. I mean Ashonti. Hi, Ashley. Ashonti.
There goes that humility thing.
Yes, and also joining us is none other than Veronica Conway, VC.
Yes, talking about pride.
Yeah, we talking about pride. Today's topic, of course, is PrideZilla. Are you married to PrideZilla? Go ahead, Ashonti.
You were talking about something before we went to break, and I just wanted to add to that. I actually almost married a really, really, really prideful guy. And what attracted me to him was his pride. It made me feel safe.
See?
And it made me feel safe. And I actually built my own self-confidence at the time off of his demeanor. But then funny enough, once I started building my own confidence independent of him, he was less attracted to me. That makes sense.
Wow. That was a revelation. How many of you out there have revelations like that? The word proud it was borrowed from 10th century Old French prude, P-U or P-R-U-D, prud, right? This came from vulgar Latin prodis. It's a derivative of Latin prodisi, to be beneficial. How many of you motherfuckers is really beneficial? Remember what we talked about, the difference between confidence and competence. It's a lot of confident motherfuckers out here, but it's very few competent people out here. Somebody tell me right now. Call me right now. Don't you hate getting advice from a motherfucker who is flawed than a motherfucker, but ain't owned up to his own flaws, but got a gang of insightful information for you? Shit, my book is full of my flaws, goddammit. I got butt naked in that motherfucker. I didn't want to, but they told me.
You got pictures in that thing?
Girl, you better, I can't even talk. No. But let me ask this question. How many times has pride fucked up a relationship-saving apology? An apology that could have saved this relationship.
Man.
How many times has pride come in and just struck it down? I'm not going to do it. How many times or how many relationships have you let pride kill? Pride can kill some shit. Remember I said earlier we had these motherfucking relationship graveyards. Right. How many of you allowed pride to kill your relationship, your current one? You might still be in it. Might be trapped in it because pride is running the show. 844-55-1. Get to your phone lines right now. We're going to Houston. Line 1. Speak on it. Joe?
What's up, family?
What's happening, mate?
Hey. What's up, Joe?
I hope you had a wonderful birthday, Veronica.
Thank you. I did. Thank you so much. I did.
I'm sorry about that. Pertaining to the topic, I think we are socialized with pride before we're socialized with confidence. So that's why that's the first thing we go to. Because we're either going to have a superiority complex or inferiority complex.
Wow.
And either way it goes, we didn't put in the work to be confident.
Wow.
So it's the first thing we learn.
That's big. And I want, Joe, I want you to stay on, I want you to stay on the line, and I want everybody to chime in on this. Like, what is true confidence? Right? Like, can we define what confidence is? The good shit, not the prideful, overly prideful stuff, but the good stuff. What is that? Veronica, you normally be like,
I mean, yeah, I think it's being, I mean, it talks, when you talk about the definition of it, it's about belief in one's powers and one's abilities, right? That you're assured, that you trust yourself, right? I just call it self-trust. A lot of times when I work with people, one of the biggest limitations that they have is that they don't fully trust themselves, right? Because they were raised in an environment where they were taught not to trust themselves. It gets reinforced in shitty relationships. So by the time they get to me, it's like, I don't trust myself. I don't trust my instincts. I don't trust listening to my truth. I think confidence is when you absolutely trust your own instincts, your own intuition, your own abilities, your own powers. And it doesn't mean trusting in the perfection of it. It means trusting it even though it's not perfect, right? It's trusting in it just because it's you.
Wow.
That's what I think confidence is.
Ashonti and then Joe.
Yeah, I actually made a little list, a little bullet point list of the confident person to me. They measure their choices and actions with wisdom, weighs input from others and move towards the truth, doesn't proceed through selfish ambitions, and realizes they can't do it alone.
Oh, God. Joe, your turn, bro.
In a nutshell, I think a confident person is someone who is knowledgeable from the humility of being able to build something from the ground up. So they're always open to learn something.
Wow. Man, Joe, you brought Houston. You brought Houston in the building, brother. We appreciate it. Thanks for the call, man.
Have a good one.
We will, brother. This Monday is crazy. If you want to bring your city into the building, don't hesitate to call us at 844-55-1. This is the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, Ashonti Ford, and Veronica Conway. You know Veronica as Vajonica, and you know Ashonti as Red Panda. We're in the building right now talking about PrideZilla. The people just not telling the truth today. I want to hear. I coach a lot of people. I don't want to say this because, you don't want to ruin the confidence, or not the confidence, but the confidentiality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but wow, somebody said, man, I don't want to say it. I can't say it. Go ahead, Ashonti.
I want to speak on a point that Joe made just about prideful being easier to socialize with. I agree with that 150% because there are more prideful people, in my opinion, than there are confident. So the confident person, more times than not, is looked at like you think you're better than everybody else. Whereas the prideful person is looked at like you're cool.
Interesting.
In my experience.
I like that. Veronica?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that there's degrees. I once dated a guy who was a stone cold narcissist. And I just never been around a true narcissist. I didn't really get it until I was in the relationship, and he was he was a beautiful, beautiful man, and we felt madly and deeply in love. And Yet there was this. So it's by degree. It's like on a spectrum. It's a narcissist, for example, which is super prideful. They functionally cannot tell. They don't engage with anything that's not about them. Functionally, like they can't perceive conversation that doesn't include them. So their conversations with them feel really disjointed, right? They can't actually interact with something that isn't about them. And I tell you what, it's the most unnerving, disorienting thing you can ever go through. It's like people get real confused about narcissists. But I think at the same token, interacting with people that are prideful, there's also a, listen, when the ego gets wounded, when it gets deeply wounded, like in childhood, then what we end up doing as a defense mechanism is we go, me, 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 it's all about me. When people are prideful and narcissistic and egoic, it's usually because they're holding on for dear life to this identity or idea of
Wait a
themselves.
minute. You just said something very powerful. Are you telling me that pride, let me say, overconfidence and aggrandizement of oneself and just blowing oneself up is really a scab?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. That's a great way to put it. Because if you've got nothing, I say if you believe something congruently, if you believe you're amazing, if you believe you're awesome, then you have nothing to prove. There's nothing to justify. You just are that. You can just emanate that. But if you've got a lot of shit to prove, then there's something at work that's wounded.
Wow. There's a lot of wounds out of this motherfucker. it's the walking wounded shit. Shit. Downtown Los Angeles is triage.
Gotta get us some cocoa butter.
Jesus. What is the cocoa butter for?
For the scab, so it doesn't scar. Put cocoa butter on it.
This shit is crazy. Let's go to Toronto. We leaving the country right now. Line 3, holler at us, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Well,
Hey,
looks
Jerry.
like we might have lost Jerry, or he may be calling back right at this moment.
844-55-.
We'll wait. I mean, Twitter is on fire, too.
As usual.
Jesus. Resident anti-hero. This guy. He spends a lot of time on here talking shit.
I almost forgot about him. I haven't had him on my line in a long time.
Ronan.
Yeah, Ronan called in. He said,
Ronan.
Let's see, this is Cornelius Bond. He called in. There's someone else calling too.
Oh,
right?
Ronan is resident anti-hero?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
So Cornelius Bond at Monkey D Bonds. Confidence is when you're going to the dollar store and your favorite bag of chips is $1 and you've got $1.10 just in case for tax, nigga. That's confidence. Wrong. Listen, Ishmael, his brother named Ishmael on Twitter says, confidence is a rational assessment of one's own abilities. Right? Hustle habit. Who is this? Damien, call your evil ass. Oh, your evil ass should call in. we got your record waiting for you, nigga. He says, oh, wait a minute. He didn't say that. Sorry, Damien, but you still should call in. Ronan Martin says, pride is an ego with VIP wolf tickets. Only they sold out for the audience of self. Wow. Phone lines is crazy right now. Let's get over here to Dallas, line 4. We've got Erica on the line. Always love it when the women call. Thank you, Erica, for calling in. Speak on it.
Hi, Erica.
Hello.
Hey.
I wanted to mention, Veronica touched on this, saying that pride is kind of like a scab on old wounds. And that's what I was thinking, is that when you have pride, you feel threatened by other people's truths. So kind of getting deeper into that, why do we feel so threatened by somebody else's truth?
Oh,
that's a good question.
And
why do we?
Being confident to know that our truth and acknowledging our truth.
Oh, this is good.
And acknowledging other people's truth without feeling threatened by it.
Say that.
It's a great question.
That's brilliant.
It's great.
That's brilliant.
Veronica, go ahead. I'm going to come right behind you. Ashanti,
well,
you got
I love
something
what
too?
You're saying, because I think the opposite of pride is curiosity, right? Like the opposite of pride is curiosity. So are you curious about the reality external to yourself? Right? That's really it. I mean, and curiosity is a skill. Curiosity is a point of view. It's a perspective. It's a way of operating. So I love what you're saying. I think what you're saying is brilliant. I think you're summing it up quite brilliantly.
So let me come. Well, you go, Ashanti, and then I'll follow you.
No. Go ahead.
Let me tell you why people are afraid of other people's truth. Mm-hmm. One word: comparison. See, if you compare your truth to someone else's truth, because we're always in a evaluative perspective. In other words, what is this worth? Is this worth more than this? Is this better than this? Is this flawed? Is this good? Is this bad? That evaluative process makes us fearful because the one thing we hate when we compare is to find shit better than us. You see? So comparison is, oh shit, look at this motherfucker. You know, we are always in that space. And a lot of times when your confidence is puffed up by air and not competence, you know you're not as good as the next person. Comparison slips in and always reminds you, right? And it's a whack place to be in. When you're competent at something, you're not trying. When you're, like, for instance, we talk about the difference between command and demand. When you're demanding something, you don't have it. That's why you're demanding it. But when you command something, it comes to you just by nature of who you are, right? You know, when President Obama, like him or hate him or love him, you know, whatever, if he walked in this room right now, he would command everybody's attention, period. Everybody be like, oh, shit, Obama's at Dash Radio, motherfuckers. Let me get myself, you know, people tripping, right? Or before Michael Jackson died, when he walked in, he just commanded everybody's attention. He didn't try to get attention. That's how you know when somebody is overconfident. They're trying to be noticed. Listen to this word. They're trying to be appreciated. Do you see that? They are trying to be valued. That's ugly right there.
That is ugly.
When you try to be valued,
it's a sad life.
Yeah, you don't value yourself at all when you're trying to be valued. Does that make sense to you, Erica?
Yeah, I think that ties in too. It's about not acknowledging your truth and not having confidence in it.
Yeah. Just understand that confidence is the wind. The truth is the mountain. Right? The truth ain't going nowhere. But that confidence wanes. That confidence could be a storm and fool everybody, or it could be a gust and we know exactly that that's a tumbleweed and nothing else. Right? But when you back the truth with, or when you back your confidence with competence, that's when, you know, you're not going nowhere. We know that you're good at it. You don't have to, you know, take out an ad in the paper. What'd you say? Being celebrated versus being tolerated. Look, boy, go ahead. Good job.
Right.
Go on ahead, Chris.
Go on, Chris. That boy made himself useful.
He made a haiku.
Yeah, he did.
That's right.
Erica, thank you for bringing Dallas in the building. And if you don't have your copy of the Relationship Dismount, you got to get it, baby girl. You got to get it.
Thank you.
Can I say one more thing in conjunction with what she's saying?
Sure.
The one thing that I did in my life, and that I have actually compelled my kids to do in their lives, is to constantly put myself into environments with people that were more brilliant, smarter, richer, faster, better looking, more sexual, more advanced, right? And I put myself constantly in harm's way, right? So in that environment, guess what? There's no time for the look good. And it accelerates your learning in such a massive way, right? If you're receptive and vulnerable and available. because you're learning from people that have done the work, and so you get to leverage their learning and leverage their gifts. But the thing is to stand in those environments. You got to drop the pride and drop the pride. It's got to be a constant depth of pride if you're going to really stand there. Because people that are doing big shit on earth, they can smell that and they ain't trying to have it. So
it's crazy.
Think you got to put yourself in harm's way. Put yourself in harm's way.
You know what's crazy? You're mentioning something that is that's Will Smith's whole thing. Will Smith is, I put myself around people that are way smarter than me.
Yep.
Do you know niggas are, first off, intelligence intimidates stupid people.
Right.
Dumb people are intimidated by intelligence. Only intelligence recognizes and questions itself. That's what intelligence is, right? So when you're smart enough to say, I'm not smart, I'm not intelligent, and I need to pursue people that have a wider or broader worldview than I do, or a more complicated or varied or stratified thought process than I do. So many people are afraid to show that they're not what they project.
It's hard. It's painful. It's actually excruciating. It's excruciating to do it, but the gift and the rewards are quantum. It's excruciating. I promise you.
Oh, okay. It hurts, okay?
It's not even cute. It hurts. It hurts, but it's good.
I feel like you make these topics based on what I have going on in my life. So.
Hey, I didn't know you were coming today. Did we not just make this up on the spot? I called Veronica. I said, Veronica, what you want to talk about? I got like 6, 7 options, 4, 5 options. I don't know yet.
You ain't never called me to ask me what the hell I want to talk about before the show.
Oh, Jesus. Here's her pride coming in.
I'm just saying. Things got really weird. Shit.
Yeah, okay, somebody's...
This topic is fire, though. Come on now.
PrideZilla is loose. Where's the Godzilla noise? Get the Godzilla noise. PrideZilla is in this motherfucker right now. But great topic. We got phone callers on the line. Let's get a couple of people in here. Who do we lose?
That number to dial, 844-55-1.
Oh, we lost Veronica?
No, I'm here.
Oh, good. Let's go to Toronto. I want to leave the country. Let's go to line 3. So we lost him. Jesus. Who's
we got Hustle on the line.
Is Hustle on line 5? Let's get Hustle. This nigga always comes in on line 5. I don't even know how he does it.
It's magic.
Hey,
it's
man.
Hustle magic.
Hustle, what up, man?
You know what's funny about that, man?
Hustle.
My old number from baseball was number 5, man. That's my favorite number.
Hey, man, so, Jesus.
Hey,
well,
I don't believe in coincidences. But first, let me say what's up to V, man, because I always miss her from the delay, and she be saying hi to me, man. So how you doing, V?
Hey, listen.
Hey, Hustle,
don't come in here trying to sweet dick daddy my girls, all right? I don't even like the way your tone change. Hey, I don't even get a chance to say what's happening to V. Hey, V, what's happening? What the fuck?
I know that's right.
While I'm at it, Dan, what's up, Ashonti?
Hey, Hustle. What's going on, baby?
Look,
goddamn polecat in the hen house.
Look, so I'm just out here learning, man. I don't know everything. I got my own self-worth, but at the same time, I'm not trying to price myself out the game. That's something I got to stay conscious about, I think. Other listeners should probably do the same.
Right.
But when it comes down to confidence, I told Ashonti I'll call in about this. I think, to me, confidence means that you think you can do it. You know what I mean? That there's probably a good chance you could get it done because you can envision it. But overconfident means you pretty much think you can't fail. And I think that's where it becomes dangerous, because if you don't think of the failures, you kind of don't know where to guard yourself. It's kind of like ignoring the enemy.
Wow. Man, this is good. This is good where you're going. Hustle, a lot of confidence. You can find a lot of examples of confidence in sports, right? So you could be as confident as a motherfucker all day in the world. But when you're fighting against another dude who has trained as hard as you and as vigorous as you, and he has a belief system that he can beat you too, and then you lose, do you understand like what can happen? So that's why confidence has to be kind of in a realistic space. It can't be like fantasy based. Like, I'm never going to lose, because then when you lose, you're crushed. right?
Right.
So,
because it's almost like putting it all in on a bet.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to explain this to my son. Like, whenever Ali got into the ring with Frazier, this nigga knew it was problems. He knew it was problems. Now, I'm the greatest. I'm Muhammad Ali. I'm going to knock his gorilla-looking ass out in 4. He talking all this. But he knew every time he got in the ring with that left-hooking ass motherfucker, it was problems. And this is why the art of war always says respect your opponent.
Absolutely.
So pride in an intimate relationship turns into the space where you feel like you don't have to respect your partner. And that will turn your partner into your opponent. Does that make sense?
Hey, man, you know what I just thought of, though, as you mentioned Ali?
Speak on it.
He may have been, projecting out basically positive affirmations to kind of build himself up. I am the greatest and whatnot. But I guarantee you, on the inside, he was still training harder than a motherfucker because he knew where he was coming from.
He knew.
His actions showed. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
He backed up his words by his actions. And that's what matters, man. It ain't just about what you're projecting, but it's about also what you're made of.
Right. I mean, we could use Sugar Ray Leonard. I hated Sugar Ray Leonard as I became an adult. When I was a kid, I loved Sugar Ray Leonard. But Sugar Ray Leonard was an asshole, right? He was a dickhead. But you can't argue the fact that motherfucker got in the ring against some of the greatest. I mean, that middleweight division during his time, that welterweight division, shit. Tommy Hearns, Duran, Hagler. It was just a gang of junkyard dogs. Some killers. So in order to get in the ring, you had to have a level of confidence to say, man, I belong here. And not only do I belong here, I can win. But what I'm saying is sometimes that imbalanced kind of confidence in an intimate relationship, like boxing is a one-on-one sport, but relationship is 2-on-2. You guys it's y'all two, right?
Right.
You can't go in there like that. That's your opponent.
The world, man.
Say it again.
I said I'll take it a little bit deeper. It's y'all two against the world.
Yeah. So who's the fighter and who's the fighter and who's the manager? Because somebody got to be the manager for the fighter.
Does it have to be that way?
Not if both motherfuckers think they the fighter.
Could be sparring partners.
Hey, I
like sparring.
Say more. Now we getting somewhere. Niggas might be learning something.
It's kind of like steel sharpens steel, right? So that's why you got to look for a woman that's really, or a man for Ashonti, somebody that's really up to your caliber, at least at the caliber where you want to be. So
that could stand up to you.
Right.
Oh, man. Hustle, you all right, nigga.
Hustle cool.
You had to come on down to Miami, fuck a couple of bitches, going over to Porter Saga. Porter Saga.
Porter Saga? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a Cuban restaurant.
It's all good as long as you bring Ashonti and Veronica with you.
Boy, you ain't ready for Ashonti and Veronica. Boy, they put that magic yoni on. I tell you, these girls is unicorns, brother.
Get that ass a toe orgasm.
A toe orgasm? Veronica, can the toe nut?
Yes, every place on a woman's and mostly every place on a man's body can have an orgasm. Yes,
listen, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Our bodies are completely orgasmic.
I will go fucking insane if my toe nutted. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Look here, brother. I ain't afraid of greatness. You know what I mean?
Yo, we appreciate you, Hustle.
Don't be scared.
All day.
Good looking,
man. All day.
Word up, man. This show is crazy and it flew by. We only got a few minutes left. If you want to get your opinions in, you better call me right now, 844-55-1. I'm going to take one final break, and then when I return, we're going to wrap it up. Get to your phone lines right now and talk to me about your prideful wife or husband and how you deal with them. 844-55-1, Hot Button Radio, Dash Radio, Voice of Reason. I'll be back. Yeah, I'm back. I don't understand how this DJ, Chris, could be, what is he, 27? Most of this music, this motherfucker was coloring outside of the lines. I don't even think you were born when this was out. Were you born? He had the count. And he looked up in the air like, yeah, I was born. Yeah, he's an East Coast baby, so fuck. I guess. Jesus. He playing hip hop that I hated. Like, Jesus. But I like this record. Faking the Funk was great. Main Source. Large Professor. I'm impressed, man. You like some pretty good music. Welcome back to the Voice of Reason. Oh, man, we've been talking some shit tonight about pride. We've got Veronica, who's my female voice of reason. We've got Red Panda, who's my young, independent, educated, and 20-something sassy, I got this shit handled in the building. Right. That's her whole getting it. Why are you looking at me like that? You didn't like my description?
No, it's fine.
Yeah, motherfucker here with his descriptions of me. I'm not that. I'm not scared. I'm not a panda. And what's this? I want to be dependent. You know, Jesus. Yeah.
No, it's fine.
I get pushback from Ashonti all the time. It's okay. I'm kind of used to it.
I thought you liked when I pushed back.
I do.
I'm done. It was cool for it. See? And then you always, you just
You shouldn't
can't
have said
let it
it.
ride.
Shouldn't. Well, that is riding.
All right, we're done.
Until the ride is over.
Okay.
Ladies, call me right now. Do you like it when guys make noises, or do you like it when a guy's
Oh my God.
quiet?
Can I speak on that?
Go ahead.
Too much noise is not good. Like, there's this guy that I used to love having sex with him. I loved our sex, but after the fact, he would hop up and the lion noises and the come everywhere. Like, I don't like that shit.
Did he put? See,
It's
okay,
like,
my
nigga,
mind.
calm that shit down.
I'm saying during the act, like, ooh, get down.
Arnold, is that you?
I'm just saying.
Well, I'm going to say this about it. I mean, I like a low-key man and the low-key tone sexually. I really do. But okay, let me say this and still be loved. As a woman, I take personal pride in making sure that I can make a man scream. For real, though.
Ooh, Veronica
So
be busting a split on that ass.
Veronica.
Damn.
Because if you ain't throwing down like that, then what is it? Like, what is it?
I want to hear, man. I want to hear from a couple of women before we leave. Can one brave sister call us right now and tell us noise or no noise?
And nigga, don't tell me what to say either. I don't like that.
Who are you talking to?
No, not you. Like during sex.
Oh, okay.
Oh, call me daddy.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit. Scratch my back. Nigga, let me do what I'm gonna do.
Whose nuts is these?
Stupid shit. Sorry, just kidding. I liked it.
Yeah, that's me. I used to. You give it up, girl. Oh, I'm sorry.
How did this topic turn to this?
I know.
I'm so
I was just about to say that.
It was organic. It was organic.
Wow. Okay.
You're always trying to stick your dick in something.
Hey, I'm a man with a very active dick. We may be having a woman calling in right now to share her noise or no noise.
844-55-1. What's your favorite queef noise?
I love it when a woman queefs on this dick.
Is it cool to queef in your face, though?
I guess, yes. Hey, we went from prideful sex noises.
A person that's too prideful probably wouldn't want to queef. They'd want to keep it on the low.
They were afraid. They didn't want to do it. It's all good. Well, listen, I'm going to go to Veronica real quick for her summation on the pride topic, on the pride side of the game. Veronica, if there is somebody out there struggling with their relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we get them, and I'm saying struggling with pride, let's give them a couple of tips.
Yeah. Well, if you're a man and your woman is really fully pride, let me make it abundantly clear that one of the best things that you can do for your woman is give her full-bodied orgasms, because and the reason that that's true is because the ego cannot coexist alongside surrender, right? So when you go into deep and full-body orgasm, you're in surrender. And it halts the mind, it halts the ego for a time. So the more a woman is in orgasm, the less prideful she becomes, because surrender and pride cannot coexist.
Wow.
That's my tip.
Wow. Surrender and pride cannot coexist. Ashonti?
If you're a prideful person like myself, just try to meet it with a little bit of humbleness. And if you're a confident person without pride, get your pride game up.
Go get a pride multivitamin supplement.
Check your pride thermometer. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of pride.
Yeah, I don't think you should kill your pride. I think pride is very useful, right? I think pride is useful when it's connected to something meaningful. Like, I am proud of, the work I did to change the community. Or I'm proud of the work I did as a father. So when I look at my son and he does well, I'm proud of that, right? Remember, from an etymological standpoint, the word proud, it means to be beneficial. So as long as you're trying to be beneficial to people, then you have the right to be proud about that, right? But if it's about, as Ashonti says, sucking your own dick.
Ugh, hate when you do that.
Right? I've never done that.
With your long neck.
Okay. This is starting to get awkward.
That's painful. It is getting really awkward right now.
It's really
damn ostrich.
It's getting strange. But I'm just saying. If you work, to be kind, compassionate to yourself and others, you forgive other people. If you don't have, or if you try to mitigate negative thinking about yourself and other people, I mean, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. That's why we did the Pride show, PrideZilla.
Man, good show.
I loved it. It was beautiful. Now, what I want to do now, after the summations have been complete, I'm going to go back to Veronica. I want everybody to support Veronica's projects. She has some amazing things in the work right now. Veronica, can you tell me what in the Feast of Sam Hain you got going on?
Oh, just so many good, delicious things. So right now we are doing the Leave Your Limits. We're starting the Leave Your Limits boot camp this Saturday. We are about to go in and, deconstruct every negative wound, every limiting belief, every inner conflict about yourself, about relationship, about your money, and about sort of the meta frame of this environment that we live in, which is basically a terrorist environment, where you're constantly getting messages about what it means to be a black person. So we're going to tackle all of your limiting beliefs and stories around all that stuff. It's going to be it's going to be the most radical deep dive into people's subconscious that I've ever done, and it's for us, by us. So if you want to check that out, you can email me at veronica@veronicaconway.com, and I'll send you the recording of the call, the teleclass that Zoe and I did last week. That's what's up right now. That's one of the things. That's the main thing right now.
Awesome. Red Panda, Ashonti Ford, I know your website is nearing completion.
So excited about my website. Look for it up and coming, AshontiFordLive.com. Animation dude actually just finished up his graphics last week.
Yeah.
Super, super, super excited about that. Keep subscribing to my YouTube, Girl on Fire Production. Why the fuck y'all keep doing that? What's really going on?
You're a Red Panda. Let's hear it one more time.
No,
for
but
Red Panda.
Pandas are more cute than scared. Okay. I'm so fucking sick of you guys' shit, man.
Okay, so September 5th, this Saturday, guys, got to come out in numbers. Southern California, period. You got to come out in numbers to my first book signing.
Very exciting.
Right? Book signing and relationship roundtable, September 5th. What is the address, Chris? Turn his mic on, but protect the mic. We need it for the next show.
Hilarious. It's 940 East Dominguez Street,
Sweet K.
Sweet K, Carson, California. I forgot the zip code.
I love how Chris puts on his like Barry White voice.
Don't you have
when he
the
gets on the
meme
line.
in front of you?
No,
yeah, he does have a scary white voice. Yeah.
I don't have it in front of me.
So, what's the name of the place?
Juicy Juice.
Juicy Juice is spelled JUICE C JUICE.
Mm-hmm.
Juicy Juice, right?
Juicy Juice.
It's at this place that used to be pretty famous in turn down the Jaws music, nigga. Pretty famous in Carson. It used to be called Smiley's Bookstore. And, yeah, and the sister kept the name of the place, Smiley's.
Okay.
So you guys should come down. We're going to have fun from 3 to 5 p.m. I'm going to be selling and signing copies of The Relationship Dismount. I can't believe
so you're selling the book
now.
there too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I got the little card swiper and everything. Zippity zip doo dah. Come on through, get your book. I'm going to sign it, give you love. Somebody calling. Let's see. I don't mind. Watch this. Anyway, also, you got to go to IamZoeWilliams.com to order your copy of the book. I'm going to the post office tomorrow. I'll be shipping out books tomorrow all day before I get over to the Corey Holcomb 5150 show. And then, if you don't want a physical book, just go to goddamn Amazon.com and get the Kindle version. All right? Well, listen. Beautiful show. Beautiful people. I love you niggers.
Oh, my God.
What?
Niggers?
Oh, you missed the last show. I told people, bye, niggers. We appreciate you niggers for tuning in.
That's great.
We love you niggers. No, I'm just saying. What? You guys are afraid of the word nigger now? Okay. I hope not. Don't be afraid.
What happened to niggas?
That is nigger, niggas, Nigeria. It's all the same thing. We got to take the word back, you know?
Okay.
Don't we? We got to take the word back. If you know what the word means, you got to take it back.
Okay, nigger.
I'm serious. Yeah, now y'all know. Do the research. I did a show on it. We broke down the whole etymology of the word. Remember that show, Veronica?
It makes me uncomfortable.
Really? That's because you're in the civil rights movement. Fucking Rosa Parks over here. I'm uncomfortable.
When you broke the etymology, it's very powerful to understand what it really means.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
And we got to take it back. We can't let it be the most reviled word in the world again. We got to go back and find out what it actually means. Negus, nagas, negus, right? Nigger, nigga. All of it comes from Nigeria. It all comes from the same shit. It means sovereign God king. That's what the Ethiopians.
Sovereign God king.
Sovereign God king. Now, isn't that an ingenious stroke of racism to say, this what you call yourself? Sovereign God king? We're going to make this the most evil word ever. And we're going to make you niggas hate it. Isn't that genius? It means ignorant now. Thus says Spanish. What? It is older than Spanish. Right?
I'm going to have to look that up.
Niger means king. Nigeria means queen. I was talking to a brother from Nigeria. He didn't even know that.
Where'd you get your information?
Oh, God. Now you want to challenge me.
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
I publish it in the black paper. If you get the black paper on theblackpaper.com, I talk about it there. If you watch the Nigger Show, Ashonti, it's a really, really powerful The What Show. If you go back and look at that,
It's a very powerful show.
Okay.
Even Bobby was like, oh, shit, I didn't even know nigga meant God.
Uncle Bobby.
I won't be calling myself. Yeah, I guess I am a nigga. I'm just saying. Do the research. You'll find out. It's a very powerful word, and it doesn't mean ignorant. It means sovereign God king.
Okay.
Sovereignty. To reign. The negus. Okay. I've had enough. This was fun. I love you, Meg. You people.
Yeah.
You people.
Yeah. You too.
You people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You niggers. Goodbye, niggers. I love you. We'll see you next week.
Please won't you be my neighbor? Welcome to this neighborhood, neighbor.